Hello there, and welcome to some more Darktide. This is Fimbly Jim. I'm sorry I haven't been playing this game much recently. I figured I would do a video, sort of just, playing some casually and talking a little bit about my thoughts on the state of the game as we go. Just sort of like gameplay and rambling a little bit. I don't want to shit talk too much, but, figured it'd be good to just update you guys on my stance on where the game is. So, I'll hop us into a game, and then I'll continue us, talking. The build I'm going to use today is I'm going to head back and use the Purchasist staff. Yeah. I'm going to use the Purchasist staff, with my usual build that I run. Right here you can see. I briefly thought about using the lightning staff, but I think I'm going to use the fire staff. But yeah, this is the usual build, and I will put us into a game, and I will let you know what difficulty we go on when the game starts. So I'll catch you guys in there. Hello there. We are now in the game. We loaded in a little bit late, not too bad though. So I wanted to, oh, don't throw me off the map. There we go. I wanted to quickly talk about where I think the game has been. Oh my goodness. I haven't really been covering this game a lot recently, mostly because I haven't been overly stoked about how the developers have handled everything. I was probably the most excited for this game out of anybody I know, and this was a gift from some friends of mine, and I still enjoy it. But I found that I think that the game needs a lot of work, a lot more content, at least late game, because all my characters are pretty much max level, and there's not a whole lot of incentive as to why I should, there's not like I feel like there's not a lot of content once you hit max rank, which is a little sad because the gameplay is amazing, and I really like it. I really like the game. But I think it's important to hold games we like to a standard of quality, so that way we can see them grow to be what they should be, grow to a potential that we'd like to see. And I've just not felt as motivated to play Darktide. It ebbs and flows. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I'm really itching to get into some 40k setting. Speaking of 40k, I have been painting minis. I got into the original hobby recently, and I've been painting some Death Guard, and that's been just so cathartic and so much fun. But yeah, I don't know. It's not that the game is not bad in any way, but the problem is just I think there's a little bit of a lack of content, and a little bit of like delivering an unfinished product. I think a big thing I have a problem with is the seeming like regular scheduled microtransactions that have been in the game, and they have all set up and squared away. That's extremely fleshed out and very well done. But they don't have pretty much any other content delivered since like the first 2 days of launch, which is a little disappointing, And again, I don't want to come across like a Debbie Downer or anything, because the game's good. I think the gameplay itself is good. I just think it's important to also hold it accountable, to be like, hey, there's not really enough here to justify, the price tag, in my opinion. Left 4 Dead is 99 cents, and it has about as much progression as this game has, which is kind of sad. Although they are older games, but graphically different, settings different. But in terms of like progression, they pretty much have the exact same. So, it's just, I think the game has an extraordinary amount of potential, and if it was, I think if it gets handled a little better soon, I think I could see it taking off. I hope it does, because I really like it. The gameplay, like I said, is great. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a game developer, so I can't say. But I think that the developers could very easily listen to the community, which I think the most successful games do, because that's the people who are playing it, you know? Where the hell are they? This looks like they're coming. Goodness me, it's loud. Again, there's no rip on the gameplay. The gameplay is fantastic and it feels really nice. It's really fun. You feel like a power. Like people have been saying the PSYKER's the weakest class and whatever. But you know me. I've been playing PSYKER since the game launched, and that's some bungus. This class is freaking. I mean, you got unlimited ammo. You got. You just have so many tools in your arsenal that I think people are missing the true point of how to play them. But that's not the point of the video. This video I really wanted to have as like a state of the game, my opinion on the state of the game kind of thing. And where I think I would like it to head, you know? I just would, more incentive to progress and more endgame type scenarios, I guess, would be really nice. I'd like to see more, I mean, the more classes, I'd like to see potentially a little bit less monetization until the game is fully functional. I do have a little bit of a problem with that. I mean, obviously I don't do that, and I shoot for the cosmetics that are earned. I like those more personally. I think they're cooler anyway. Show that you're a skilled boy. But I don't know, I have like Fortnite and those games that are free, like Apex Legends and whatever, are I think really justified in their use of, you know, monetization, because the game's free. And this game's not free, but it has just monetization that I think is a little bit sad. And it does actually, this actually spans into my like overarching opinion on the gaming industry as a whole and why it's been pretty disappointing. I feel like games have sort of lost touch with, or at least developers have lost touch with, you know, the point of being a game developer and doing it for like people used to be gamers that wanted to make a new game that would do that, but now it's like businessmen that want to suck the life out of everybody. And I don't know, I wish there was a little bit better customer protection
from humility
for people who play games, because I do see them getting exploited more than any other industry. Not to say that the monetization is that bad here, but the fact that the game is as unfinished as it is, and that they have a fully working, rotation-based, extremely well-detailed, well-designed cosmetics shop that looks like they had like a very like they have very nice skins that just look like there's a lot of time and effort and development put into it, that I'm just kind of like, that feels like something that should have come maybe in the second quarter of this game, once the game was fully set in stone and put in place, and
we should avail ourselves of that medicine.
You know, that kind of thing. But people will probably disagree with me on that, but and it's not obviously not me ripping on it. I'd like this game to go the distance, but the Steam numbers aren't lying that people are stopping playing. And I kind of felt that when I started making videos at the beginning. Because I made this YouTube channel because I made a promise to myself that I would. And as, you know, for the longest time I would make promises and I wouldn't follow through with them. Or I would talk big and I wouldn't practice the talking that I would do. And I'd like to, you know, keep my promise and make my YouTube channel grow in the direction I want. And I know a lot of you subscribed for the Darktide content, and out of respect to you, and to myself, as I still like this game, I will be continuing. Just not as like I don't want to fall into the shtick of only being Darktide. I think I said that in a previous video. Because there's so much more to what I enjoy than that, and I want this channel to be like I share the games and the things that make me happy, and I hope you guys enjoy watching that. And yeah, if this game goes, like, if they add better progression and it grows, I will cover it every step of the way. And I'll show you the changes, and we'll try new things together and all that. But, you know, my opinion on where it is right now is just...
Deserted.
It leaves a little bit to be desired.
Poisoning.
Which is just true. You know, I think
No way back from
people shouldn't take it personally when people criticize games they enjoy. Because I enjoy this game, you know? I do. But I criticize it because I want it to be better. I want it to be that, you know, I want it to be a rival for other Warhammer games. One that people are like, oh, you know, you want the best 40k game, play this one. And I worry that with Space Marine coming out, that it will likely overshadow this. Because the first one was really good. But, you know, like I said, I'm not a game developer. I just have my stance on what I think works as a customer and an enjoyer of this game and a supporter since its beta, and been following it for a long time. My friends and I have. I mean, some instances of, like, for example, like the Chaos spawn that was in the launch trailer isn't even in the game, and I think I read that some people were looking through the game files and it's not even in, like, it's nowhere in the game. Not even in the files of the game, which means that it just isn't even made yet, which sucks, you know? That's something that I know I was stoked for. Like, seeing that, I was like, oh, awesome. You know, so I think it's important to be like, hey, I kind of am of the opinion you should deliver what you say you were going to deliver. You know, who's going to ding you for that? I want this game to be amazing. The gameplay is there, you know, add the content, and you have a gem that will likely stand the test of time, just like Vermintide. And I know it will likely get the same treatment as Vermintide, where it gets better with time. But, you know, I don't think we should be okay with this being the normal, right? I'd like to have a game that I buy and it's ready to go and it's finished. And, you know, I know a lot of people cite Deep Rock Galactic. I know I do as well. A wonderfully made game, incredibly good, extremely fun, finished, and, like, encourages people to just unlock and play with a free, basically a free battle pass. And, you know, just really healthy business practices. And you know what's funny is they're doing amazing. They're doing so well. It's almost like if you treat your customers and the people that actually play your game with a little bit of respect and dignity, and you're clear and honest with them, your game does better than if you're deceitful. Or maybe you don't want to tell them the full details of, like, what's in your game at launch, you know. So I hope you guys don't think I'm just, you know, a hater, because I'm obviously pretty invested in this succeeding. Because I'd like to be able to continue making content on it. So, I don't know. Just my 2 cents on the matter. I will say, like, there definitely have been improvements, like, performance-wise has definitely gotten better. not as buggy, not as laggy, any of that stuff. Visually still looks incredible. They lowered the requirements for graphics cards, thankfully, because they used to say 4090, and I think it dropped now to, like, they recommend, like, a 2060 now or something. So, thank God that they fixed that, because that was insane. So they were able to optimize a little bit, which is great, you know? But I just think it's important for everyone to, you know, be firm in what they're okay with, and, you know, don't make compromises. You know, there's no reason to compromise, right? Because it's a game. You paid for it. It should work. It should have what they said it has. It should, you know. Imagine if we went to a movie and the movie showed in the trailer some amazing, insane monster that you were like, wow, that's so visually cool, and you go to watch the movie and they're like, it's not in the movie yet, but it'll be in the movie eventually. So, you know, or they say nothing about it. That would suck. People would lose their mind, but for some reason it's not the same treatment for games. Games, it's like, you know, you should be grateful that you get to play this glorious game. Like, oh, they're developing and developers and, you know, whatever. But to that I say, it's no different. And that you should never settle for less than you think your dollar is worth. Because, believe it or not, it is because of you that this game exists. It is because of you that this game is working. It's because of you that... So they should show you the respect that you deserve. Supporting them and putting your hard-earned time and money into this game, you know? Make it the best it can be. And it's not terrible, I've said this. The gameplay is great. But hold it to a standard, you know? Don't get gaslit by a game studio. For them to be like, them basically insulting and calling us idiots or impatient or whatever they've said to us. It's because of us that they're even in the position that they are to begin with. Without us, they wouldn't have had a company. Without us, they wouldn't have had the game. Without us, you know. That's why companies that show respect to their player base do the best. And why companies that don't are hated. And eventually don't do nearly as well, and their products are jokes. And looking at you, EA. Used to be a respected game company before they got consumed by greed, and then everyone hates them. Everyone hates them, and their sales have only gone down with time. So, I didn't want to make this a Debbie Downer sad talk, but, you know. But, yeah, I really just wanted to talk. You know, I took a little bit of a break from the game just to, like, see it and give it some breathing room and see if it would lift off a little bit more. And, you know, it's a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie, to see something with so much potential not be treated like that, like the amount of potential that it has. Is I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've grinded it. I mean, I've loved making videos. I love it. You know, it boosted my channel to the spot that it's in right now, and I could have kept making Darktide videos, but out of respect for you guys, I didn't just want to be one of those superficial YouTubers who desperately tries to pull content from something. I wanted to give you guys content that I think is worth watching. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's important for us to hold companies like this accountable, because, you know, we're the ones who put them on the pedestal. And they should listen when we say that we don't like how we're being treated, that we don't like that the product we bought isn't working as it was intended, or that there was false advertising, or that there's cosmetics that were advertised that are not in the game or not available, or that they spent so much time working on an in-game shop that's insanely overpriced. You could spend $20 on a cosmetic. I think respect ourselves enough, respect yourself enough to stand up for yourself when you think that stuff's bullshit. Don't make exceptions and don't be a doormat, you know? Don't be a doormat. You spent your money and your time on this. So, love the game. Want for change. Want it to be the best version of it itself that it can be. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And thank you guys so much for the support. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. This has been Finley Jim. I hope you guys drive and walk safe wherever you do go, and please be nice to yourself and kind to others. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.